Okay, so to do your cat, start with 3 circles stacked like a snowman. Add 2 triangles for the ears, and then you're going to follow the edges of the circle, swooping them in and out to create the body. Okay? Next, add some kind of tail. It can be slender, it can be big and fluffy. Then draw your feet, 2 eyes, and some whiskers. Next, you need to outline this in black, a black permanent marker or black crayon if you're going to do a watercolor transfer print on top of your drawing. Okay, so you're going to shade that whole thing in, except for the eyes. You could also do a mouth like the eyes, like an open mouth maybe, or a little triangle for the nose, and leave those white as well if you want to. And that is your cat. To make a dolphin, start with a rainbow curve and then turn it into a raindrop shape. Add a tail, which is 2 raindrop shapes side by side, a flipper and a dorsal fin, which are curved triangles, and a sort of rounded triangle on the nose. See how it's not pointy? It's like a triangle, but it's very round. Shade that whole thing in and you have a dolphin. A lion is a little more complicated, but you're still starting with 2 circles and connect them together to make the muzzle. Next, add a big swoopy shape underneath the head for the mane, the rounded ear, and I made this very kind of spiky mane. So you can see that I'm using zigs and zags to create the fur. And then I'm doing something really different for this one. It's a silhouette, so any lines I want to see when they are done have to be white, right? So you can see how I'm following the lines of my ear, eye, fur, nose. I'm following them and kind of thickening them, making them a tube. You can really see it in that ear, okay? Once I do the marker, it's much more clear with what I'm doing. I'm leaving negative space, boys and girls, which we haven't talked about. Negative space means empty space between shapes, right? So that white negative space is going to be the lines you need for this to look like a lion. This will make more sense when I start to shade it in. This technique is very common in tribal tattoos and in like mascots, school mascots or athlete sports mascots. My goodness. Can you tell I'm not the PE teacher? But this very flat negative line style is used a lot in logos for sports. And you can go ahead and erase any mistakes as always. And then you have to be careful when you color it in, right? So you don't color in the negative space lines that you already made. Here's your lion. For a ferret, start with an oval head, a big curved back, and then the chest and tummy. Make 2 small round ears, a front foot, a leg that is straightened, and the back foot is the curved knee and the little paw. They have a very different shape in their legs from front to back. Their tails are not very long, and they're kind of thick. What do you think, Hiccup? Looking good? All right shaded in, and that is your ferret. Alright, so here we are doing the marker transfer. Watch the other video for more directions about that. And then I'm adding some decoration to the corner. You could use paint if you want, and that would look really cool. But crayon works really well too. See how that white crayon just pops off the page? Make sure to do this when your art is dry. And there you have it. The last animal is a dragon. As always, start with 2 circles and a tube to build the body. An oval for the head and a long curved neck. Draw your wing by making 2 curved lines and connecting them with a bunch of swoops like a bat's wing. Then draw the back foot and the front leg. You can point the end of the nose if you like. Add spikes to the back, which are just triangles. Remember that negative space line thing we did in our lion? I did the same thing right there in the wing. Go ahead and start outlining. I added a nostril. Don't worry about any of those lines on the inside because this is a silhouette. Although this technique works great for drawing a dragon any old time. You can do whatever you want because dragons are imaginary or mythological. They could have feathered wings if you want, more than one head, more than one tail. The sky is the limit, ladies and gentlemen. Now I went ahead and erased my guidelines. If you're using permanent marker, you don't really have to. You can just go right over it. Now what I'm doing here is making stars and dots with a white crayon. You can't see it yet, but when you do your marker transfer, it's going to come out really cool. Have you ever put white crayon on an Easter egg before you paint it? Try it sometime. Pull your print, and there you have it. Thanks for watching.